At the New Year's Eve dinner, Naoko spit directly into his bowl. His mother-in-law not only made him eat it, but said it felt like a gift from the child. Hearing this, Mia couldn't hold back anymore. He cursed at your face. Are you trying to cover for that guy or what? The words had barely left his mouth when her husband slapped her across the face. Touching her burning cheek, the woman only then realized she had made a terrible mistake. Just a few minutes earlier, she had been ready to reveal that she was actually the daughter of the wealthiest family, and planned to tell her husband at the New Year's Eve dinner, but just as she was about to speak, she happened to see her sister-in-law's child push her daughter to the ground. She thought it was just kids roughhousing, but to her surprise, her mother-in-law said, "This is the interest on the debt. You've grown up, in a little while, make sure to eat a little more." Susan walked over and asked her husband if he had not noticed that their daughter was being bullied right in front of him. But suddenly the little nephew spit into the plate. And her mother-in-law even praised him for it, seeing how shameless this family was. Susan smashed the plate on the spot. Having grown up as a privileged young lady, she had never been treated this way. But before she could even argue with her mother-in-law, her husband's slap came flying at her. Looking at her husband, Susan knew she had ultimately misjudged him. When they first got together, Ethan had treated her like she was everything to him. He cherished her so much he was afraid she'd slip away. Now he raised his hand against her without even asking what happened. Just then, her sister-in-law grabbed Ethan's arm and said, "Sister-in-law is probably stressed out from the pressure of not having a son, let's not hold it against her." Watching the two of them hand in hand, Susan was so furious she grabbed the New Year's Eve offerings and knocked them over. Then she slapped Ethan hard across the face and said, "He was absolutely unfit to be a father." Ethan was about to hit back when his sister pulled him away and said, "Let it go, why don't we just go eat somewhere else? Staying here and looking at that disgusting woman kills my appetite." Before leaving, Ethan warned her, "You better have this place cleaned up, or when I get back I'll deal with you properly." They said their piece and walked out. Little Emma watched her dad leave, then rushed over and took her mom's hand to comfort her and told her not to cry. Susan was just about to hug her when she noticed Emma's head felt very warm. She rushed her daughter to the hospital right away. But after the doctor examined her, one sentence left Susan completely stunned. "Your daughter is going to be just fine. She's just a little anemic, she shouldn't be donating blood anymore going forward." Susan stood up and said, "My daughter is so young, how could she possibly be donating blood? Are you sure you haven't made a mistake?" But the nurse pulled out the records and said, "Your daughter has donated blood 12 times over the past 2 years. Even a grown adult couldn't hold up under that." Looking at the numbers on the report, Susan's mind went completely blank. She quickly checked Emma's arms, and only then discovered that every mark on them was real. Thinking back over the past 2 years, Ethan would always take Emma in periodically ahead of time. Could there be something shady going on here? But why had her daughter never once mentioned any of this to her? She quickly reached out to her billionaire father. Before long, her parents rushed over in a panic. The moment she saw them, Susan felt like she finally had someone to lean on. She broke down in tears and told them everything she had been through at her in-laws. Her father stood to the side, his face dark as stone, wishing he could go deal with her husband right then and there.